On March 29th, Hive released their Bedwars game mode, instantly becoming the most popular Hive game. It was a modern twist of Treasure Wars, which was the same thing but pretty different. About a year ago, I made a video discussing the blog post they made on Treasure Wars, explaining the decision to make it Bedwars. Now that Bedwars has been out, let's go through this video and give my rough thoughts on Bedwars. Treasure Wars has been rethemed to Bedwars, and honestly, I like the retheme more. 1. The bed is so much more customizable. You can customize the frame, the sheets, and the pillow, which is way more special than just one treasure. One of my favorite things about games like hide and seek, for example, is making the goofiest looking thing ever. And now I can do the same thing in Bedwars. You guys like my bed? I think it's awesome. 2. The bed protects you more. Having to bind the bed instead of tapping it is way better. It's nice not being rushed instantly. Probably a very hot take, but oh well. And 3. Bedwars has completely skyrocketed in its player count. From averaging 4,000 players at the end of April to breaking record high player counts in the summer, Bedwars completely popped off. I mean, for comparison, in the video, Murder Mystery had more players than Treasure Wars. That's how dead the game was. Now Bedwars is the most popular game on the server. They were right about Bedwars increasing their growth. The server has been reaching player counts that it hasn't reached in like 2 years, like 25,000, 30,000, and even 35,000 players. Bedwars has fueled success for creators like Nibbles, Server Gaming, Avery, and especially Defect. And, well, me kind of. Also, more towards Hive YouTubers, but most of them brand their videos as Java videos, which may lead to people clicking off their video once they see that it's on Bedrock Edition. Yeah, no, I'm actually wrong on that take. Most videos nowadays aren't branded as Java videos. A majority of videos show Hive in the background, and a few straight up just have Hive in the title. People won't click off the video once they see that it's on Bedrock Edition, because the thumbnails don't look like Java videos. Also, that's straight up silly. People will hate on Bedrock Edition, but most people won't click off the video once they see that it's on Bedrock. Anyways, let's talk about the core game now. They replaced the summoners with generators, which you can upgrade to spawn in other currencies. There are 4 currencies now instead of 3, gold has been replaced with iron, and gold can be acquired by upgrading the gens at your base once. It takes a lot longer to max out your gens, but it's still pretty fun. They changed the generators to a model, which the only issue is upgrading the generator is still not clear enough to new players. The screen should be lit up when you hover over it so people know. It's definitely an improvement from day one. But how do you upgrade the generator? What? Also, the model is kinda massive, but at least it lets people know that it's a generator more. Now the shop. Probably the most controversial Bedwars change was you now get 16 wool for 5 iron. I'm mixed on this. It promotes upgrading your generator if you want to rush more, which is good for solo and duo games, but not really squad games on any map besides rush heavy maps like Tropical. I like Deep Slate being easy to get. There's more strategy to the game, being able to ensure you don't get rushed, although the tool prices are a bit expensive. 4 diamonds just to mine Deep Slate quickly is a lot. Swapping the prices of the pickaxes might be better. Bedwars added new items, which are fine I guess. The fireballs shred through half your health, but at the same time they shred through blocks inconsistently. They removed knockback boomboxes, and it's a missed opportunity for fire jumping when the fireball shreds through half your health. Now this would be fine, but literally any armor, doesn't matter if it's chain, iron, or diamond, does not protect you at all from the damage. However, the fireballs are fun to use, and they're a nice alternative to the block breakers. The dragon breath balls are good, but 48 iron, I mean come on man, that's a bit crazy. The turrets used to be annoying as hell and stupidly OP, but they made it so projectiles can actually break them, so it's good. I mean, we all remember what happened on day 1. It doesn't break, it just does nothing at all. Like, how am I supposed to counter this? Oh, okay, that's how. But it's almost as if this guy has full diamond armor. And then there's the knockback dory, which the only way to counter one is having multiple pearls, and they removed the coarse fruits, which we probably needed the most now. Additionally, there's not much you can do to anyone turning around out of nowhere and fireballing the bridge, because it doesn't really launch you in the air, so you can't really clutch. With all of what I just said though, it's fine. However, Bedwars free shop is absolute garbage. It's just fireball spam, and it's not fun to play at all. It would be fun if you could disable these items, but you can't. Anyways, now for the maps. Hive added 14 new Bedwars maps, which is a lot. I thought they were going to add 2 for each game mode variation, but we ended up getting way more. These new Bedwars maps are quite interesting and are actually pretty good. However, there's two maps I have a problem with. I have a problem with Amulet. My original thoughts was it looked like a fun map to play on, but that second map, honestly, I want to play on that map because it looks like it will be a duos map. And actually, genuine question, why are all of the duos maps just better in like every way? Like even in Skywars, I just enjoy playing on the duos maps more than the solos maps. But if you watch my Bedwars map ranking video, it's not a very good map. And there's Quantum. This map has more noticeable problems, like how there isn't a clear path with bridging. Now it's time for miscellaneous things. I talked about damage indicators, which in the video I said this will encourage people to run from literally every fight, but I'm actually wrong. Most people you're fighting don't run when they're low. The damage indicators actually encourages people to finish the fight. All I'm gonna say though is never add this to Skywars, trust me. They added different shop variants to choose from. Now at first, I didn't like the chest, but it was probably because I wasn't familiar with the items because it's actually way easier to use than the old UI. There's a pause between each purchase with the old UI, and the chest UI doesn't have this pause. The only thing I don't like about the chest UI is when you put your items in the shop, which the only solution to that is to put invisible items in the shop maybe? That would be a bit weird though, so I'm not sure. Bedwars ruined the old shop by removing the images, and they didn't add images for the modern UI either. The modern UI just has click me instead of images. It sucks that you now have to read what's in the shop instead of using images. Small nitpick, actually big nitpick, Hive, please never color your text again. Like what is this? This looks so bad. Please make the team upgrade white, like it would look so much better. Imagine if the text in my video was like the same color, it would look so weird. Same thing applies to the modern shop UI. I've added team upgrades. Regeneration is arguably the best team upgrade here, but the rest do serve their purpose. Except for spawn protection, which costs 10 diamonds and gives you an extra 2 seconds of protection. Why? The Bedwars micro hub is actually amazing. The pirate theme doesn't make any sense, but it still looks really nice. It looks amazing and is a good place to hang out. The Bedwars micro hub feels alive. The Skywars micro hub on the other hand doesn't feel that alive, except for when Ignacio was on Hive that one day. Although to be fair, Bedwars is the more popular game. The challenge merchant and shop exceeded my expectations. It was exactly what I wanted. So all of your stats will be reset, and Bedwars will have new leaderboards. You can see why this change is so controversial. Some players have played thousands of games trying to get prestige, and now all of that time of playing will just go down the drain, and even worse, leaderboard grinders will feel disheartened and will not want to play the awesomeness that this update would bring. Yeah, that kinda happened. To compensate, they gave out 10 XP boosters for each prestige level you got. I'm not entirely sure how much these boosters help because I haven't used them, but Bedwars definitely feels a lot longer to max the Treasure Wars, and we're only at level 50. I'm glad that there's at least something though. So in conclusion, is Hive Bedwars even good? Bedwars after the first week grew on me. The games feel more interesting to play compared to Treasure Wars. Combined with the follow-up changes they've done, there's a lot more depth to this game now. When I play Treasure Wars on a custom server, it feels a bit weird. The only thing with Treasure Wars that I prefer is it had more items. But I would say that the change from Treasure Wars to Bedwars was worth it. They just have to improve smaller things like custom servers, the UI, and the shop. But they'll tweak that with Season 2. Bedwars Season 2 is currently in planning, and they say it will be the first fully themed season. And that sounds exciting. Now click here to go see what the best Bedwars map is.